It's very difficult to give a general recommendation because situations are different. Here's our best attempt at giving one such recommendation. If at all possible, try to do one SSID across the whole campus or community. It could be EduRoam, we'll be talking about EduRoam in a moment, or it could be the name of your university or the name of the village, the name of the neighborhood, what it might be. This, of course, assumes that you have wireless hardware that supports this managed IP network where it can keep users on the same SSID, but either move them intelligently from one subnet to the other. That would mean it would have to have management capabilities of noticing that people now have moved, or it can keep them on the same big IP subnet by taking appropriate means of managing these huge subnets. And there's ways of doing that. But in general, it means you can only do the one SSID thing if you have a managed enterprise class network. If your wireless hardware does not support this, there's no way that you can roam people around from the side of the controller, then you would have to design your IP network such that you cut it into reasonable size subnets. And reasonable size typically would mean /24 with 255 users, maybe twice that, maybe even 4 times that, 1,000 users. But more than that probably gets messy. All kinds of broadcast problems. This is not a particularly wireless problem in general. Flat networks with too many users are bad news. It's something we don't want to do. So try to cut it into reasonable size pieces, maybe grouped by buildings or floors or departments or something like that. It means, though, that people will have to change SSID as they move around. If you have to do with big subnets, 1,000, 2,000 users on one subnet, try to see what you can do in terms of protecting those networks. There are things like broadcast suppression. I can make the network block all broadcasts. I can do things like client isolation. However, these comes with trade-offs. For some things like wireless printers or screens, audiovisual stuff, I might want to have reachability between the clients, that they can see each other on the subnet. So if I cancel out broadcasting, that is gone. That's the trade-off. In general, I can't have everything without trade-offs. I have to make decisions what is important to me. But this is part 3 of our recommendation. If I have to deal with those huge subnets, try to make them manageable by applying some of these technologies like broadcast suppression, client isolation, and so forth. And as always, this is a trade-off, budget versus our dream world of what we would want to have. It's relatively easy on a big budget and with a fancy and enterprise class network. It's not quite as easy if I have to do with less. So that's the same throughout in wireless network design.